If Netflix is anything, whatever it is because of the innovative ideas of Neil Hunt. If you look at, there are three principles that govern the whole culture of Netflix. The first one is the freedom and responsibility, and then the feedback and candor, and the talent density. I would like each one of you just imagine a dream company. So imagine a company, a place of work where you can take unlimited vacations. No questions asked. You can say, this is my market worth. Okay, HR will give you. Okay. You can sign on any contract, any expense, no approvals. Okay. You can go to any person in the company and say, you're wrong. And they will say, thank you. Now, what if I tell you that this is actually not a fantasy? This is not a Netflix drama. Rather, this is the company Netflix. So, which I'm talking to you about. And just to tell you, this is all real, whatever I do. But the question is, why would a company be so mad to do all these things? And this is what this book actually talks about. A very inspiring book, because it is fascinating to see why and how a company and organization can go and create such a radical, such an unimaginable culture. Where the successful looks like, I think we know the subscriber rates, we know it's $400 million company, rated amongst the best employer brand. So something has worked. Now, if you look at, there are three principles that govern the whole culture of Netflix. The first one is the freedom and responsibility, and then the feedback and candor, and the talent density. Every human being loves to be free. Freedom is the first thing. And if you look at organizations, this is something everybody craves for. Rather, in organizations, the best way to motivate people, the best way to engage, the best way so that people take more and more responsibility is to give them more and more freedom. And just one of the examples from Netflix, which actually changed the course of Netflix. There was a chief product officer called Neil Hunt. And Neil Hunt was very passionate about extreme outdoor locations for his vacationing. Now Netflix has a policy, work from anywhere, take any number of vacations you want. I mean, we just want deliverables. Okay. Now every time Neil Hunt went for a vacation, he came back with some fascinating idea to take the business forward. Okay. And in the words of Hastings says about Neil Hunt, if Netflix is anything, whatever it is because of the innovative ideas of Neil Hunt. Now imagine if it had a rudimentary vacation policy, what would have happened to Neil Hunt? And again, it is not just his vacations or Neil Hunt, it is about much more. Freedom is not just about vacations. Every organization has different meaning for freedom, but freedom is something which is so fundamental. And Netflix went beyond. It says no expense approvals, no vacation approvals, no leave approvals. It even said any junior employee can sign multi-million-dollar contracts. Now the question is, wouldn't people take advantage of this leniency? That's the first question that comes to our mind. And they do. Okay. But Netflix realized that the cost is much lesser than the benefits that it provides. But it has bigger way to tackle that. So Netflix is not just about freedom. Okay. Netflix is actually about freedom and responsibility. You can take multi-million-dollar contract, sign it without approval, but then you are responsible. Okay. You can take vacations, deliverables. You can spend as much as you want, expense policy, no expense policy, but if you are found to break the integrity, you will be fired immediately. I just love this concept of extreme freedom and a strict responsibility, because it has not just applicability for the world of work, but in our world, I mean, whether it is dealing with teenagers in our families, or running a small team, or a big company, or possibly running a country, if freedom and responsibility are rightly implemented, it can actually change the whole society. Yeah. Let's talk about feedback and candor. An Olympian grows only if it gets a very candid feedback from their coach, from their dietitian, from their psychologist. Now imagine this coach, this dietitian are very diplomatic. Oh, what should I say? What if this person doesn't like? It would be a disaster. But this disaster is happening every day in our organizations. People are so much burdened with, oh my God, what they will say. You're diplomatic, nice, all ideas, feedback, and all those things are buried. Netflix has completely eliminated that. It has taken to candor to an extremely different level. In Netflix, it's a crime that if you have a feedback and if you don't share it. People are constantly giving and taking feedback, not only on work, they are taking feedback on individual performance, individual behaviors, individual traits. You are not acting properly. Okay. There are decisions, there is a specific metric, the way structured feedback is invited from different type of people. Now, what I again love about Netflix culture is that it has taken the concept of culture to an entirely different level. Okay. A very, very bold new level. Many organizations, it might be very unthinkable. But it does provide a direction to aim for. Okay. I think as a dream company, I'm not sure how much we can find the dream company. But I'm very much sure that each one of us has the capability to create a dream culture around us, in our family, in our teams, in our society. Yeah, thank you.